Haley's here. So I'm gonna be talking about why you should not be comparing yourself, because you know what they say, comparison is the thief of joy, and you are only self-sabotaging yourself. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it happens to us all the time. We get into moments, we get into our bag and our feelings when we start to compare ourselves to other people on finances, journey, love, whatever it is. And you know, I've been there. I've been in a place where everybody around me was having babies, everybody around me was, you know, getting engaged, getting married, and I felt somewhat left out. And I'm like, damn, I feel like I gotta get married, I feel like I gotta get engaged, you know, because I wanted to jump on the bandwagon and be at a level where certain people is. But I noticed that I only wanted to do that because of validation from my environment. And this is the thing, is sometimes when you guys compare yourself to other people, it's because you're trying to validate yourself and others by being at a level that you're not ready for, that maybe it's not meant for you. People hit me up all the time in my DMs like, oh, I'm tired of being single. I've been single for years. Everybody around me is all coupled up. The thing is, I understand you want to be in a relationship, but stop complaining that you're single because everyone is in a relationship. You know, you got to stop comparing your life to other people's marriages, which you see on the outside. You know, being single doesn't always make you feel lonely, and being in a relationship does not always make you happy. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. You know, most of the relationships that I used to idolize and the marriage that I used to be happy about, most of the time it's not doing so good. You never know what's going on behind closed doors. So stop trying to classify yourself, trying to be like someone else, pockets, trying to have someone else's finances, trying to have someone else's careers, trying to have their goals. Because if it's not meant for you and you're not living in it authentically, you're not trying to pursue it from a place that is genuine and intentional, you hurting yourself. Why try to be like someone else, copy someone, mimic somebody just to be at a certain level that they are? You know, just because someone's rising and elevating does not mean that you're failing. It just means right now it may not be your turn, or it just means that wherever that person is growing and elevating from, whether it's being a doctor, being a lawyer, whether it's getting a promotion, if you want to be an entrepreneur, don't be mad because the next person is getting a promotion. You know, maybe that path wasn't meant for you. Everybody's journey and everyone's path is so different. We all have different walks of life. You know, just because someone is prospering in theirs does not mean that you're failing in yours. How do you expect to thrive and elevate when you're worrying about someone else's persona? You're only going to create self-doubt. You're only going to have negativity. You're only going to limit yourself from opportunities. If you are busy and worrying, focusing on someone else's path instead of worrying about yours, you are only blocking your own blessings. You know, blessings is not going to come to you if you're being bitter and petty about someone else's blessing, about someone else's success. You know, when you're around people, they're having kids, they're getting married, they're getting engaged, their finances, they're being happy, you have to celebrate their small wins. Because if you can't be genuinely happy for others, how do you expect for happiness and abundance to come to you? Those that really become happy, successful, wherever it is that their life is, and you know, being successful is different from everybody else. But just because someone is elevating in life, if you want to elevate, you got to be happy where you at. You got to appreciate the process. You have to be secure in your position where you at right now. Because if you are in a certain position that is a little bit discouraging, that means instead of focusing on other people's strength, you got to focus more on your weakness. Don't limit yourself. Don't sabotage yourself because of someone else's journey and outcome. You know, you can get there too. You will get there too. So don't self-sabotage yourself by believing that you're gonna fail, that you have to be like someone else just to get to where you want to be. And I can't stress this enough, but social media is not really real. It's not real. A lot of us, because I do it too, but I had to snap out of it because it was causing me a lot of depression and it was giving me a lot of anxiety. So this is why I want to tell y'all, spread a message from what I've learned. But social media is not real. You are looking at people's highlight. You are looking at people's happiest moments, but you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. So when you see these relationship goals, marriage goals, you see these influencers having a certain type of luxury lifestyle. You don't know if their relationship got problems. You know, most of the people that I did used to idolize had so many issues, and I was like, wow, this is what I wanted. This is what I was comparing my relationship to. I'm telling you right now, focus where you are, appreciate what you have right in front of you. Just because someone else's candle is lighting does not mean that yours is dimming. But you got to stay on your path. You have to embrace where you are. If you want to be anywhere in life happy, and you want to be purpose driven, look at the people around you that are winning, or look at these celebrities or influencers that you look up to, that you stay comparing yourself to. Look at it as inspiration and motivation, because what I see a lot is that when someone else is winning and doing good and elevating, the next person around them is hating on them because of jealousy and envious. And this is why I say, wherever you want to do in life, wherever you go, stop copying off someone else. You know, don't mimic someone else because you want to thrive off their success. You want to take away their shine. I can't stress this enough, but I see this happening to me a lot. Ever since I became a YouTuber, ever since I became a podcaster, I have people around me that wants to do the same thing, but I never knew that they wanted to do that. I feel like they're just trying to compare themselves, trying to be like me, but not do it in an authentic way. If you are authentically you and you're sticking to your truth, and you know what it is that you want and what you value, you won't be comparing yourself to other people. If you are classifying yourself to others, what you need to do is compare why you're not doing better than what you was yesterday. Always try to do better today than how you was yesterday. That's where the comparison should be. You should be competing with yourself. A lot of people that always talk down on themselves, create self-doubt on them, trying to be like everybody else, jumping on the bandwagon, focuses too much on what's going on around them, outside of them, on social media. But you are only delaying your process. You know, and if you're not moving in a place where it's sincere and genuine, people around you is gonna know that it's coming off as phony, it's coming off as envious, and that you probably are jealous. It's coming off in a way where it's not authentic. So if you are going through this right now, you need to reflect on your timeline. You need to focus on your work ethic. You need to see what it is that makes you happy, what makes you purpose driven, because wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. So stop paying attention to people's highlights. Stop trying to be like everyone else, jumping on the bandwagon, hurting yourself, feeding your mind negativity, because that's not true. You know you're better than that. And I know we go through phases where if someone is getting married, we want to get married. But you know what? If you're waiting a long time to be in a relationship and you're watching everyone else's relationship prospering, you know, maybe God makes you wait long because he don't want you to be with the wrong person. You know, if your finances, your career is not where you want it to be right now, maybe it's because you need to dig a little bit deeper within you. You need to figure out your passion and what is so special and unique about you, because we are all different. We are all unique. You are your own superpower. So be yourself, focus on you, and stop trying to compare yourself to everyone else, because I'm telling you, it's not all cracked up what it looks like. Everything that you see on the outside is nothing to what it is on the inside. And I had to learn that the hard way when I seen people having kids, and I rushed myself having kid, and me trying to get married. It's normal, but after a while, you have to snap yourself out of it, because you're feeding yourself thoughts that is very, very discouraging, and it's hurtful, and it messes with our mental process. You start to believe in things that are not real. You are feeding yourself into fear. Instead of facing everything and rise, you are fearing everything and run. That's what fear is. So ladies and men, if you're listening and watching, put the focus back into yourself. When you see people prospering, be happy for them, because happiness is only going to attract abundance. Abundance is only going to attract more success. You know, whatever you put out into the world is what's going to come back for you. You know, growth can be very uncomfortable, and sometimes we have to dig a little bit deeper and figure ourselves out and see what triggers us, so that we can recognize what it is that's bothering us. Because when we classify ourselves and trying to be like other people, it comes from insecurity, and it could come from jealousy, because you're never gonna be confident in yourself if you're moving from a place that's not authentic. If you're trying to be like someone, or you're trying to maintain a fake persona because you see people on social media, people around you having a certain type of lifestyle that you feel like you believe you need to fit in, you feel like you have to be validated, it will only lead to corruption, burnout, depression, resentment. You know how you could win in life and be happy? It's just by being you, living in your truth, being better today than who you was yesterday. That's how you can truly be happy in life. Your personality will stand out because you are your own superpower. No one can be exactly like you. And that's exactly where your focus should go. You know, everyone in this world has their own divine timing. Stop hurting yourself, limiting yourself, feeding yourself lies because you're trying to be like the next. You know, everything that glitters is not gold. And I seriously say this. People that look so happy and look like they got everything put together on the outside, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. I'm telling you, it's a lot of stuff that people put out in the world to make it look like they have the best, perfect life ever. But it's really not like that. You're only looking at a preview of someone's life or what they got going on, but you're not looking at the reality of it. You're not living what they are living. You don't know how they got where they at right now. So don't be bitter trying to be like someone else. Instead, be better, practice gracious, practice gratitude, focus on you. Sometimes you got to separate to elevate. What's your superpower? We're all unique. We're all different. We all have our own time, and just appreciate the process of where you at right now. Everything else will fall into place. So instead of focusing on what you don't have, start appreciating on what you do have, and it's only going to make more room for more opportunities, more blessings, and a happier, successful life. Be authentic, live in your truth, focus on you. Authentically for Haley's right here is now streaming on all major platforms: Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Also, if you like content like this, if you're listening to my podcast, then like, comment, subscribe. My Instagram is right here. And please don't be so hard on yourself. Please practice positive affirmation. Love on yourself a little bit more so the negativity and the insecurity can go away. I'm telling you, it truly works.